Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another live stream with me, Ed from Games of Tea, and I'm joined by, for this present moment, four wonderful, 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 wonderful people. Soon to be five because Sean is on his. I want to call him Farrell, but he's not Farrell. He's Sean. Sean will be joining us very, very shortly. He's just taking care of some stuff. But yes, we're back with some more Scarlet Guard.
Yay!
I actually really look forward to Thursdays every single time. Every single week, I always look forward to Thursdays. It's a lot of fun. So, without further ado, let's get into the usual announcements that we usually have at the start of these streams. I have to thank Heroforge for allowing us to be able to use the miniatures that we create in the games today. You can see all the miniatures dotted around the screen with my players, as well as also occasionally appearing underneath me. So many thanks to Heroforge for allowing us to be able to show these miniatures off on stream. The music which you can hear going on in the background, hopefully that is actually really quiet for you guys, so I'm going to turn it up a bit for the stream. There we go. The music which you can hear going on in the background has been provided us by SiriusState.com, Tabletop.audio.com, Aaron Grimm, FestlianStudios.com, and Alexander Nakarada from Substance Studios. So many thanks for them for being able to make royalty-free music that we are able to, I'm just pushing my chair back here, that we are able to use on stream and provide a certain ambience or sounds for the stream today. There are a few other things. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/at games_and_t, which you can find all the brain not working. All the episodes of these guys, right up until the first episode, and hopefully in the summer, I'll be beginning with the upload of all the episodes from as they have currently been named, Motley Mercenaries. They will all be appearing on the YouTube channel as well, so you'll be able to catch up all there. Last but not least, because I have to get through these things. Yes. Oh, you guys are also. My players have a separate channel which they're all talking through, and I don't know what they're talking about. It's kind of, it's weird. It's weirdly off-putting. Anyways, you can also influence the game in various different ways, possibly by doing a little sound alert, like a hello there, or you could also do an insight check, a reroll, an advantage, or an inspiration, which you can grant to my players as well. I am also thinking about adding into the channel points the minor potion, which can be bought using your channel points, which will grant a minor potion to one of the players. But you will have to state to whom it goes, and the player will then receive that minor potion, which will be either a what the hell are you guys doing?
Press-up contest done. Don't worry.
Don't get awarded to the player. They are. You do realise I can still see the chat that you are doing as well.
Yes.
So can the audience.
Yes, so can everyone.
Yeah, they're all
Everyone.
Anyways. So yes, I'm also going to be adding that into the game as well. So you can then grant a potion to one of the players, which the player will then be able to have it in their inventory. It will be a potion. It will be a minor healing potion. I will not do anything more than that. Just a little extra for you guys to be able to use your channel points and help the players out.
Sweet.
Because I know you guys will never help me out because I'm the GM and nobody ever helps out the GM, despite how much work he does. Oh god.
Please.
Oh god. Oh, why did I say that?
The entire world is not enough.
Why did I just say that? Why did I just say that?
Why
felt
did
awkward
you say that?
I don't know why I did say that. I felt awkward just saying it as well. Let's go into help me out here, guys. Let's go into some character introductions. I'm just gonna roll a D4 here.
I'll roll a D12 and divide it by 3.
1, 2, 3. We're going to start with Neil from the Twitch channel Immersion Diversion, running the character of Sykes. How you doing, sir? Please tell us a little bit more about Sykes for us.
Yes, I play Sykes. He's a Wood Elf Ranger Rogue, and he's currently searching for his family along with Farrell and the rest of the group. and Farrell, well, because Farrell was the one he started the campaign with. So, but slowly meeting all of these new friends, and yeah, a lot of things are happening with Sykes, and we're all kind of learning about it. Friends,
says Jeff.
Yeah,
indeed. And going around the table to the anti-clockwise direction in terms of me, at least. That would be Lydia, who runs the character of Janai. How you doing? Please, how you doing, Miss? And please tell us a little bit more about Janai for us.
We're doing anti-clockwise.
Yeah, we're doing anti-clockwise. We're going anti-clockwise today. Whatever.
You rebel.
Fred.
Anti-clockwise?
It's like a double Uno. No, I'm good. Janai, a fighter and a cleric, good at holding grudges and holding on tight to her close friends, which is, I mean, we've been together for, I don't know, 3-4 months, something like that, but still, this is all we've got in the world, and we're weird as hell, and I think it's about time we're proud of it.
Yep, absolutely. Besides Janai, we would normally be joined by Zalma, who runs the character of Elyria. Unfortunately, Zalma is taking some time off today to look after themselves and get themselves to a place that is a good mental space. So they are just taking some time off to relax and chill. So we're not going to be seeing Zalma today. However, the character of Elyria is a failing from the Empire of Vok, a Mind Flayer empire, and she is also searching for her family and trying to go home, essentially, to Dial Chada, and it's taking a little while for them to get home, but they'll get there eventually. She is a fighter wizard, enjoying a bit of the wizards, enjoying quite a lot of the wizard side, but also really much enjoying the shadowy spell-casting psychic vibe that she has gained from being a failing. Above her, we have the indomitable form of Ruben, who plays Atlas.
Yes, I'm also playing the absolutely indomitable Atlas. The human barbarian, the circus strongman without the circus. But now Sykes has asked him if he can come along to for quite a ways in the quest for his family. So kind of looks like I've found a new circus for now.
Yeah, for now.
With these clowns.
Your circus, your monkeys.
I will let you guys at home watching to figure out who the clown is and who the clown is in this group. Certainly somebody who would not be the clown though. Sorry, clowns. Somebody who I think really probably would not be the clown or one of the clowns of the group is Farrell. Farrell is usually run by Sean, a wonderful friend of Sean. He is at the present not here, but will be here. Will be joining us later. Farrell is a Furbolg from the Furbolg fort in the Gloaming Forest. They are... I don't really know how to put it, but I love Farrell.
He's a big friendly giant.
He's a big old friendly sweet giant. He is wonderful. I love Farrell to bits.
He is pure goodness.
And
I'm trying to corrupt him.
he is pure goodness.
Successfully, I might add.
Successfully.
Depends on your version of corruption. So,
it's a work in progress.
why did you tell us, Jeff, from Twitch channel Alhandrin, how you are achieving that with Tefari?
Hello. Tefari is the party's wizard, and besides being the voice of reason of the group and the voice of sensibility, he is also the mayor of a small town on the coast. Slightly unexpectedly, he forgot what its name was, or at the very least, he decided it wasn't interesting enough, so he rebranded it to Pretty Pangolin. And well, to tell you a little bit, I mean, we're on our way there, but I'll give you a little sneak preview of Pretty Pangolin. And that it's run as an anarcho-syndicalist commune, where everyone is taking turns to be the executive officer of the week. Because supreme executive power should derive from a mandate of the masses and not some farcical family bond. I'm really proud of myself for getting almost through that without laughing.
This is canon now.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No,
but
it is not. It is not canon.
but-
No.
isn't
yes,
it though?
yes.
Isn't
No.
it though?
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember all that, Edward.
And for the rest, Tafari is famous in the country for being a noble, of course. I mean, he's really good at that. And for shit, I had something for
Weird how
this.
no one has spotted you out though, as a
I've been away for 100 years, so.
True.
Like, who's this old geezer?
And yeah. Also, he once suplexed an okapi wearing a bolo tie.
What? that was literally a string of words that went in one ear, and my brain went, "Who?"
He once suplexed an okapi wearing a bolo tie.
Yeah.
He once suplexed an okapi.
Yeah, you know,
Wearing
when you grab someone.
I know what
pick
I
them
know
up
what
and then-
suplex is. I know what suplexing is.
You know what an
As a
okapi
wizard?
is?
No, I have no idea what that is.
It's like a deer kind of thing, right?
Yeah, they're like
I played Super Tycoon when I was
They're-
little.
they're
I
like
know
a
about the
giraffe.
copy.
they're like a deer-sized giraffe,
Yeah.
Right.
What?
and it was wearing a
Sure.
bolo tie.
Yeah. Okay. We're
All
gonna.
of this is canon.
That sounds
All of
Before
this
we
is canon.
before we descend into the utter madness that is Tafari's mind, because that is how Tafari operates, and most of what Jeff said is in Tafari's head. We're gonna dive into the session today before I just go completely nuts. Our 6 heroes of the Scarlet Guard, so named by themselves, have returned back to a blah, blah, blah. I would say encampment, but it is a temporary camp that has been built around a fallen skyship that they were using in order to travel from Vitian, or rather, oh excuse me, now I get the verbs, which were trying to get from Guthali, a small village that was under attack, to Dalinda, a city northwest. I have to think of my compass points there. Northwest in the Empire of Bunobrow. However, the skyship came under attack first by sky sharks and then by a sky terror, which did its best to try and destroy it and pull it back to its domain, but they were successful in avoiding it. However, the ship was so severely damaged it crash landed. They went off after a request from the captain in order to find one of the crewmates. Found a refugee camp of tieflings surrounding a massive temple. Killed the leader of the tieflings. Went into the temple to try and figure out what on earth was going on, and got scared off by a little stone that was talking to Janai.
Amazing.
Phrasing indeed. In deciding to take the advice of this stone that was speaking to Janai, our 6 heroes left the temple, left the refugee camp to its fate, whatever that may be, and headed back to the encampments with a significantly amazing roll from Sykes to avoid pretty much anything that would cause them trouble on the way back to the encampment. Arriving back at the encampments, though, they could see that the ship was upright and floating gently above the ground. It did not seem to be fully capable of flight yet, however was definitely hovering a few feet above the ground. The captain was very pleased to see our characters, however did inform them that there were a few losses due to these red-eyed wolf cat-like creatures that kept attacking the camp in the nighttime. Seeing the encampments did help our 6 heroes to feel a little bit more relaxed and to gain a sense of respite after the very tense last few days they've had in the refugee camp of tieflings. They have since taken some moments to reflect, talk about some stuff, revealed that a knife was stolen from from another character, from one character, and this other character got a bit pissed off with it and decided to go and have a chat with Sykes. Sykes and Atlas had a wonderful bonding moment, where Atlas also showed that he had a map that was a little bit more broader in scale than Sykes' map. Sykes' map was just simply of the Empire Below Brow itself, and Elyria. Elyria was contacted by a foreign entity with whom she several months ago had made a deal, and this entity told her she needs to make her way to Tramin, a city further east along the borders, along the coast of the Empire of Brow. We'll start tonight's session with Sykes. You have stood up angrily after Farrell and Janai came to you and revealed, well, at least Janai revealed that she had stolen your knife in a bid to find out what was causing you to be as you were. And you stood off in a huff and wanted to go and talk to Tefari, I believe.
So I'd be going to look to see where Tefari is, see what he's doing up.
Where would Tefari be right now?
So I completely was. So we were on the ship, right?
No, you're back at the encampment that is surrounding the ship right now.
Ah, okay. I will probably just hang around a bit, maybe go fishing. If there's water nearby.
If you're fishing, I'll go fishing.
There is no water. There is no water nearby. You'd have to go.
We have to go to that river.
You actually have to go to nearby. You cross the river, yeah. So you wouldn't be fishing.
That face. All right. Then I'll just hang around. I might wanna try and because I found something recently. Oh yeah, the small obsidian stone with the symbol of a circle from Kamala. I'll try and identify that. See if there's any fancy schmucks to it.
Sure. Okay. So you sit down on the ground and begin to ritually cast your spell of identify.
Yes.
This. Let me just go back. Let me go back to my notes because that caught me off guard.
Yeah, you think I don't take notes, Ed, but I do.
I believe you do take notes. I absolutely believe you take notes. This isn't. This is an icon. An icon. This is an icon of Krina specifically, and has well. Let me just have a quick look at the spell for identified. How much you actually get? How much actually gets revealed?
Everything.
It's quite everything.
I have super identify.
Super max identify.
I have identify. It tells me everything. You learn its properties and how to use them.
Also known as Sherlock Holmes identify.
You bet. You actually do learn quite a lot about this item. All right. So this is an icon specifically devoted to Krina, and it is used. It is used in the in use of certain magics. As to what those magics are, I'm afraid I cannot reveal those to you because you don't know what they are. It also casts. It also has a. I'll rephrase this. When a non-practitioner of this particular magic views this icon, they must make a Wisdom saving throw. It's a very low DC, DC 12, or become frightened of this icon, and therefore anybody wearing it, for the next minute. If the save is passed, they remain immune to the effects of the icon for the next 24 hours.
All right. So I need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
I believe you already made them. Oh, it's a new day. Yes, no, this is a new day. Yes, you do. You need to make a Wisdom saving throw. DC 12.
That's a 10.
Yeah, there is a moment of you just simply dropping it from your dropping your fans and from your hands, dropping it from your hands and letting it fall and just stepping back for a moment, looking down at this icon before you regain your sense of composure and continue learning about the icon.
Would I see him do that if I had came up around this time, or?
I'd say so, yes.
Okay.
I'm not being stealthily about it or sneaky.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if I had shown up at that time or something.
Okay,
So.
timing.
Tafari,
Yes.
is everything okay?
On a scale of 1 to 14, I would say it's about a 6.8. We have really weird
A
metrics.
little less than,
They're in.
a little less than
Little
7.
roll.
It's about half, so okay. Anyway, I wanted to. Sorry, I wanted to come talk to you for a sec.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
Well, for one, I wanted to apologize from way before,
Way before.
when I stole
Some sort of my
tried
memory
to
bit.
steal the necklace around your neck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you do wrong this time?
I didn't do
If
anything
you only
wrong.
want to apologize
I got
for things whenever
I
you
got
don't do stuff, it seems.
I got something stolen from me.
Ah.
So I now realize
You
what
were,
that
reverse
feels
Uno.
like. Yep. So I just feel bad after, I got angry, and then I realized on my way here that that's probably exactly how you felt. So I wanted to say I'm really sorry for what I did, and also if there's anything I can do to make up for it. I feel like I gotta make up for
thanks
something.
for apologizing, and for now I have nothing. But let's. I'll call in a favor if I need it.
Okay.
It's not even my daughter's wedding. Oh come on! I had to make that one.
Dude, you did, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just
is
wanted.
is there a reverse inspiration I can give?
I have inspiration. You could take it away. Yes.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest after experiencing it for now. So.
All right, that's fine.
But now I have.
What
to
do you
go.
need help with now?
I don't really need help with anything. I just needed that. I just wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Just because it's been a while since we actually had that happen, and I wanted to.
This is true.
Yeah. So. I should probably go back to Janae and Farrell, so I can give them a piece of my mind, but also clearly talk about what's going on. Or maybe if they have anything, questions for me or anything, because I don't know. I mean, they say I'm see-through. I can't really see it that well. So they must see something I don't, so...
Are you still speaking to Tafari here, or is this all in your own head?
Yeah.
All right, you are.
No, it's still
Sorry.
Tafari.
Oh, there's definitely some translucence to you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, again, on the scale of the local scale here, the 1 to 14, you are about a 1.8, 1.7 maybe on the scale.
I'm gonna try and look again.
I still think it's a weird system of measurement, but everyone's going along with it and everyone seems okay with it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and look again, because the first time I didn't believe it, now he's saying it, so I'm like, what? So now I'm a little nervous, so...
It'll be fine.
Roll a perception check.
Who?
There'll be Sykes.
Okay.
16.
16. You hold up your hand and you just sort of hold it up to the light, almost you're trying to look through, and there's something to it actually. Look at your hand, you hold your hand against the light, and it's almost like the edges of your skin is just letting a bit more light through than it really should do. And you bring your hand down, you look through it again, you look at your arm, it's like veins and the musculature are a little bit more. You can see them a bit more clearly than you would normally expect to.
Am I fading, Tafari? Am I fading away?
It looks a bit like it. Let me see if I can learn anything about if there is any magics involved. And I would like to do, if possible, an Arcana check to see if I can.
Sure.
You wait.
Go for it.
Can you actually,
source.
Tafari? Before you do that, can you come with me to Janae and Farrell? So we can all talk about this.
Yeah, sure. Gotta figure this is where we were going.
Yeah.
Talking of which, just give me a quick quick moment before I do, because we've just had the arrival of somebody
Yeah.
who would probably want to play probably more likely want to play his character than have somebody else puppet him while he is still puppet the character while he is here. And Bob, there he is. There he is. So yes, okay. So Sykes, you lead Tafari back over to Farrell and Janai. What are you two doing, Farrell and Janai? You're currently sort of looking at each other with this look of oh.
Like, was it something I said? I mean, he just ran off.
I don't know the conversation.
Just to fill you in, Sean. Apologies. I had to puppet your character yesterday, but Shania approached Farrell about the fact that she had stolen Sykes's one of Sykes's daggers in an effort to try and figure out what is making Sykes the way he is right now. And Shania wasn't sure about what to do about it, and Farrell basically said, it's just a good idea if we just go and talk to him about what's going on. That seemed to be the most appropriate response for Farrell. Just like, let's just go and ask
then
him.
you guys, I was sitting on my own, and you guys kind of like sandwiched me.
Yeah, you guys sandwiched him, and then through a very, very poor deception roll from Janai, Sykes figured out that they'd stolen one of his knives.
Which then it caused me to storm off, and I went and talked to Tafaria. So you're at the I had just walked off kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Do you think we should follow him?
Nah, he'll come back around.
Okay.
I don't know, man. We are in this camp together. It's a small world, and we'll see him again. I'm just thinking, like, he admitted that he got the dagger right after he went on that crazy vampire thing that they keep talking about. And, like, I don't know, man, it's weird. It's just weird.
Maybe we should ask him more about that, like, because didn't he also find something there too?
You mean aside from the dagger?
Well, oh yeah, it was the dagger that he found there.
Yeah, or like it was like, I don't really remember exactly how he got the thing. He was being deliberately vague.
It could be cursed. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust something given to me by a vampire.
Yeah, don't carry anything with you that could lead to bad things. It's what we learned recently.
But, and also, his condition did seem to get worse after he came back to life, so it's like, we should try to find out if Sykes is actually alive, or if he's technically undead. Because
You can do that?
I have a very inhumane way to check that, but I don't really want to do it.
Oh. Oh, okay. Like, you have stuff that works against people who are not technically alive.
I think. I don't actually remember. Hold on.
You do. As a as a shaman, or in this case cleric, you have turn undead. So that is a way to see if anybody has undead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, fella, could you hold on a moment? There's someone blowing a flute really loudly in the jungle.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Someone in
the
the camp
bruh.
is
So
playing
one
the
of the
flute.
one of the camp members has suddenly pulled out of a flute, and he's just gently blowing away at it. But he got a bit
Yeah.
enthusiastic.
The flute fish.
But yeah, but I could try casting it. It won't hurt him. It'll just scare him.
Okay, well, maybe because he got pretty mad that I just took a thing, he might get a little upset. So maybe only with like his what do you call it? Consent.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. For sure.
From this point on. I mean, he's having a temper tantrum now, and we'll get back to that. But honestly, I just want to know what this dagger is all about. Because
yeah,
I still think it might be bad.
I'm not very smart with knowing how magic works, so that might have to be Tafari that takes a look at that.
Yeah, or we could ask Elyria, but I haven't seen her for a while. I wonder where she's at.
True.
Atlas, what are you up to?
What time of day is it?
It is about late. I reckon it's at this present moment now. It's about late afternoon. Getting into early evening.
Well, the case for my instrument was damaged in the crash, so I guess I'll search out a carpenter or something to get it fixed.
Sure. Absolutely fine. You look around and just roll a quick perception check for me.
Yep.
12. That's not bad actually. You have a look around and there is a lot of industry going on here. There you can hear the hammering of woods and metals and this sort of strange hissing noise as these sparks sort of suddenly shower out from underneath the ship. But you eventually find a dwarf who is busy sort of planing this piece of wood that he's got on a sawhorse in front of him. He's clearly trying to do something, but he's busy sort of very quickly scraping across it, trying to get it smooth or whatever, or for whatever reason. And as you approach, you see him. He's got this very sort of really thick, sort of bushy hair that sort of comes out in a slightly sort of almost how do you describe that? Pyramidal-like way. It sort of bushes out at the back. Clearly, it was at one point tied up, but for whatever reason, it's no longer tied up, and it's just sort of bushed out at the back. And then as he sort of he stands up and sort of goes, see, right back. You see that the sort of top of his head is completely bald. His sort of hair is here, and the top is just completely bald. But he has this big, thick, bushy grey beard. As he sort of stands up and cracks his back, he sort of looks across at you, and as it sort of there's that sort of recognition of, oh, you're approaching me. Okay, fine. What's up? He sort of watches you approach.
Good day. I'm sorry to bother you with this, but you look like you're capable with wood.
Oh, I know a thing or two about woods, eh?
I have a question. It's not very much priority, but I've taken the case along and I'll show him. Could you fix this hole up for me? I'd like it to have it protected against the elements right here.
Right.
Just a quick, simple fix. I'll get it nice nicely done once we're out of here. But I don't really want rain to come in.
Right. Yeah. It's as you can no doubt tell, and he just gestures to the ship. A little bit busy here right now.
Yes, I understand. Could I take some work off your hands for in compensation?
What's your skill set?
If I need to hold anything up or move anything to and fro.
Let me ask the chief. He sort of leans sort of over on the side on the plank of wood and sort of leans across and goes, Chief! Chief! Oh fuck. Chief! And just yells out, continues yelling out Chief for a few minutes before there's a hey George, come in, jeez. And coming around from one side from one side of the ship, you see this very short, portly gnome, with this really thick, leather-strapped, blue-tinted goggles that sort of make it look like he's got fish eyes behind the goggles. Strapped around his head. You can see big, sort of bushy black hair and really thick, bushy black sideburns. And as he wanders around, you see that he's wearing this very thick brown leather apron with various sort of measuring devices and tools embedded in the pocket in front of him. And you also see as he approaches that the shirt that he's wearing is the sleeves are all rolled all the way up and very stained and dirty, and the trousers that you can see that as he walks are all very tightly fitted trousers. There is barely any room. If you imagine what skinny jeans look like, basically this is his version of skinny jeans. They barely move at all, or they barely seem to have any sort of bulge or flex to allow any sort of heat. Hey, yes, right. Gorba, what is it, Gorba? What do you want? Hey, this fella, and he gestures towards you. You're a big dude, so you tower over these two guys, even more the gnome than the dwarf. This fella is offering his services. Hey, what? He sort of looks up at you, and then sort of cranes his neck back, and then has to step back a mode to sort of get you in profile, so he's no longer having to bend his neck back so far to see you.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much that. All right. You're a big
really
fan,
craftsman, but I.
Oh, you're not. All right. Well, you look like a bit funny. You look like you can lift things, so you've come at the right time. We need some help lifting things. Follow me.
Mm-hmm.
You come along, and he leads you. Do you leave the case with the dwarf?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's gonna be the one that's gonna fix it, then yes.
Well, the dwarf says, right. Chief, hold on a minute. He wants me to fix his case. Can I spend 5 minutes doing that? Looks like a simple job. He glances over at the case and goes, "You're a good worker. Get on with it." And he says, "Right, just give it here. And you hand over the case, and he starts he puts it on top of the big plank of wood that he's got in front of him, and then he starts digging around beside him in one of very loose. Those birds are really loud. Shut up, you lot.
We're in the jungle.
We are in the jungle, but those are particularly loud. He starts digging through scraps of very thin pieces of wood. And he sort of picks it up and then he starts to repair it. You follow the chief engineer round to the opposite side of the ship, where you can see a whole bunch of mainly gnomes, or there are a couple of dwarves here too. They are busy trying to hold up what appears to be one section of a ring to the underside of the ship. However, they're all because of how high the ship is now floating, they're all sort of trying to hold it up with their arms all the way up there. It's not quite working, and you can see several of them are sort of standing. Several of them are standing on boxes, all standing on the tips of their toes, all just trying to hold this ring up, while another gnome is just going, "No, hold it steady, just hold it there," and then whack! You bastard! You moved it, so hold it there. And there's a lot of sort of noise between them.
They look like they need some help.
They definitely do look like they need some help. Chief engineer gestures across to the group and says, "Can you hold that?"
Yep, not a problem.
Right, go on, get on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a strength check, please.
Strength or athletics?
Or this would be athletics. Roll me athletics.
And it's for lifting something, so I get.
It is. Yes, you are ridiculously strong. This is a heavy piece of metal. In your hands, it barely. You can basically wrap your hands around the circumference of this portion of the metal ring. But when you take it over, there is this slight jolt as you take over the weight of this ring, and you realize that actually this portion of this ring is actually very, very, very heavy, despite its looks.
Mm-hmm.
But with a 17, you've got this. This is your job. This is your thing. This is what you do. You basically just grab one end, grab the other end. You just hold it. You just take the weight and hold it right there. And there's all the gnomes sort of back away from you. It's like, God, he's a strong bugger, isn't he? Can we keep him? No, we can't keep him. No, come on, he'd be a good help. there's this whole thing going on between them. So you spend.
If you need some more help, I've got all day. I don't plan on going anywhere.
The chief engineer. He looks around for a bit. For now, we'd definitely like your help. There'll be some stuff coming up later that we also might need some help with. And he looks across to towards the rear of the ship, the after the ship. But there'll be some stuff that we might need your help with. If you don't mind sticking around.
Not a problem. I mean,
lovely, fantastic. Just stay there, and he walks off.
All right. Yeah, and then I'll spend my time helping the gnomes.
They are very appreciative of it. I reckon it would be about this time that Sykes and Tafari, you both arrive back at the spot where Farrell and Janai are.
I just walk up to Janae and Farrell and just kind of stand there for a sec. Trying to think of what I'm about to say.
I'll be patiently waiting for you to say something.
While they're waiting, I start. All right, guys. So I've had a little chat with Sykes, and I believe Sykes needs to tell you guys something. And I believe it's time for Sykes to take the floor.
Just look at the
Okay, Dad.
I realize I just walked off in a huff. I apologize for that. Just because I realized you guys are trying your best to help me. Still, it wasn't really that nice to not tell me ahead of time that you had it.
Well,
She did tell you that she had it.
She told me a couple minutes ago when I left, not when she originally found it.
Well, yeah.
like, what if it was cursed and you tried to get it back? That would be bad. I still don't know if it's cursed.
The dagger's not cursed. I can tell you exactly what it does.
All right, what does it do?
Well, for one, when I hit someone with it, it basically drains their stamina a bit until they take a rest.
Okay.
It drains your energy. So don't touch the blade part of that.
Where does the energy go?
I don't know, it just takes the energy. I never really figured out where it went. I just would stab things with it.
But
And
the
it doesn't-
dagger then might be eating it, consuming it for energy itself.
I haven't noticed it if it gets stronger at all. I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to take a look at it, it's fine
Also,
by me.
Sykes, there was something I was discussing. Do you mind if I do a little test
I mean,
to
you are
see
trying
if
to help,
you're
so sure, go ahead.
undead or not?
What? Why would I
Well,
be undead?
You were brought back from death, and now you look kind of odd and have been acting kind of odd. So, I just want to check.
I kind of look to Janae and Tafari and say, "Oh, okay."
The worst that'll happen is you'll be terrified of me for a little while.
But I don't want to be terrified of you.
Well, it won't last that long.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Gonna
it's a
brace
cantrip.
myself and
So, does
It's a
he still need
cantrip?
to make a wisdom save, or can he like auto fail it if he wants to?
This is your turn on dead.
Yeah.
Right. It's. I don't believe it's even a cantrip, but it's just it's a thing that you can do.
yeah, it's an
It's an ability.
Oh yeah, it's not even a
Domain
it isn't a
spell.
cantrip. Yeah.
Let me just
I
have a
didn't
quick
realise
look up
that.
to turn on dead. Yeah, it's still an action though, so you do have to do it as an action.
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. All right. What would be your spell DC? What would be your DC?
The
Sykes is no-
DC is 11,
DC is 11. Right.
which seems.
Do I
like
even
a
have
low.
to roll?
I'm surprised.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Normally it's 15. For that it's 11.
Interesting. Sykes. Actually, no. Farrell. What does it look like when you turn undead?
I would say it's just kind of like a bright green like flash at the target.
Sure.
You know, like
There's-
I hold my hands out and just like a big flash.
Yeah. There is this green poof of energy that extends out from Farrell's hand towards you, Sykes, and it washes over you. And weirdly, it feels wonderfully refreshing and calm. Actually, quite nice.
Hmm.
And you
Oh, that-
you also, Sykes, feel like something within you suddenly turns and dashes away. At least that's what you recognize. At least that's what you feel. You feel like something just suddenly turns and runs away for a bit.
Huh.
Farrell, Shania, and Tafari, you just watch Farrell cast this beautiful green flash, and this wave of energy passes over Sykes, and Sykes appears to be unharmed. Nothing happens.
I just looked at Farrell and it felt nice.
Really?
Yeah, I
'Cause-
actually feel a little better.
Really? Because you shouldn't have really felt anything at all. As far as I know, like Tafari Janai, you didn't feel anything, right?
Nope.
So maybe it's less of. That's actually a leap. I might have to make a roll for that one. I don't know if Farrell would come up with that right away.
What is it you were looking for?
Well, I was thinking that Farrell would be like, well, maybe it's a possession instead of a, Sykes being undead. But it's like that might be kind of that might be a little too smart.
Too
for
smart.
Farrell.
Yeah.
This. I'd say make a history check.
History? Okay.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, yeah. I'll say, yeah, that's probably maybe a little too smart. But yeah, I don't know what that could mean. It's
See?
something not normal.
Tafar, you were gonna do something before we came over here, right?
That is correct. I want to see if whatever it is that is, well, bothering you, so to say, is magical in nature.
Roll an Arcana check.
The 23.
23. Fucking
Whoa.
hell. Um, with a 23, this is not magical in the sense of arcane that you would know of, nor is this divine in the sense that you recognize through what Farrell does.
Yeah.
But there is something magical going on here, and it's you roll a 23, which is amazingly high, but there is something going on here that you can't really put your finger on. You feel like you're missing a part of the puzzle somewhere. But you also, I will say this, is that you do recognize the scent of undeath. Or at least
Okay.
you recognize that trait. Like this, there is something necromantic in this. But you do feel like you're missing part of the puzzle here somewhere. There's something else going on here, but you're not aware of what it is.
Yeah, alright. Well, after I finish my investigation of Sykes, and I assume the rest is present who's there, so...
Yeah,
Okay,
Farrell
alright,
and
guys,
Shania are still there, yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially you, Sykes, do you want to hear the good news or the bad news first? Small spoiler alert, there's not a lot of good news.
Bad news is always the part you start with, because then the good news makes you feel slightly better. Bad news.
Debatable.
Well, I guess you just
But-
did say there's no good news, really, so...
Yeah, so I can
Or just the bad news, I
definitely,
guess.
yeah. Well, the bad news first then.
There is only bad news, yeah.
You are turning into a ghost, a spooky ghost.
What?
Like, imagine a very scary ghost. It's very scary, you know. That's what you're turning into, I think. The slightly better news, I'm not 100% sure of it. Because there is some magic involved, and there is some necromancy involved. It's not good. And I'm not fully sure what it is on about. But I would say there is a very good chance you're turning into a spooky ghost.
Like one of those with the red eyes?
No, red doesn't suit Sykes. He's more of a, he's more of a slight yellow tan, I think. It doesn't match with his outfit.
The yellow
Wait.
tan eyes.
You match with your outfit as a ghost?
Yeah, you are definitely a pastel color.
I know.
Ooh,
I
give
already
me.
kind of am.
Like, I know what I look like as a ghost.
Well, did you have a mirror when you were a ghost?
What?
Haven't.
Can I check to see if Tafari is talking out of his ass?
Roll an insight check.
Alright.
Can I as well?
Nah.
Sure, you can roll an
We both
insight
said
check as
what
well.
at the same time. So like,
Well, that's not surprise.
Farrell just
That's a
always assumes
16.
that Tafari is
so-
somewhat lying, so...
Just to double check this, Sykes, are you looking for insight in terms of what Tafari just said
about the ghost thing, yeah.
about the ghost thing?
Like, is he being serious about me turning into a ghost, or?
He's not lying. He's not fully sure of what the magic is, so it could mean you turn into a spooky ghost.
Hmm?
There
Yeah,
is
so
necromancy
as far as he knows,
involved.
he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of creepy.
I know. But You know, you still
Maybe
have
the
some
turn
time.
undead slowed it down.
Or it accelerated it. Oh shit! I did
Ah,
not mean to say
no.
that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Um, can you?
How does the ghost form know what kind of clothes are your kind of clothes?
I know.
I
They
like how
just
that's
know.
what I like how that's what she's still stuck on.
I mean, yeah. They really know. I don't know how, but
Do ghosts have a fashion sense?
absolutely. I mean, when I was stuck in the time bubble, I debated the question if there was life after that. You know, you have to do something when you're stuck in a time bubble for 100 years.
Yeah.
I tried
I
to have a
can-
discussion with three other fellas who were trapped, but they were dead, and they didn't bring many strong points to the discussion. So, but yeah, in the end, we decided on ghosts have a sense of fashion.
That's what you agreed on with the 3 corpses.
They were already dead, so they were the experts in this matter.
I'm gonna go find Atlas. Is it okay if I
Wait. Before
is it
you
okay if I give this dagger back to him, or shall we just like do a quick? Do you know about dagger? Did the dead guys know about like what kind of dagger is this dagger as well, Tivari?
Safari, could you do another? Could you identify the dagger?
Sure.
Alright.
Does anyone have a piece of cloth or a rubber glove or something? I don't want to touch that thing.
I take a leaf off of a tree and wrap it
Oh,
around
sure.
the dagger.
It scares
Absolutely
me.
fine.
I don't want to be a ghost.
I just ripped off
Sure.
a piece of my clothing, and now it's...
Yeah, I'm ignoring that.
Yeah, I know. I just as you did that, I'm like, oh, I was just gonna tattered
this is why we don't give you good clothes.
Yeah. No, I don't want to accept someone from who's potentially an undead.
No, I understand.
You take some time here. You take 10 minutes in order to be able to figure out what on earth this dagger is. This dagger, now you've spent the time to actually learn about it, is called a dagger of night. Let me just go to the item description in particular, so I'm not talking out of my ass, which is the kind of what a GM does anyway. But I need to actually.
Yeah, but
I do actually need to actually say what it is. It is a black stone. It is a black stone dagger, and it is a regular dagger in that it has it's 1d4 piercing damage. It is legendary in terms of its rarity. Finesse, light, thrown, and is magical. Every time a target is wounded by the dagger, they must succeed a Constitution saving throw of DC 18. On a failed roll, the target's maximum health is reduced by the damage roll by the damage that the dagger does. Should this take the target to 0 hit points, the target dies. You also learn from this dagger that this dagger has been made from black crystal. Which you, Tefari, know is a magical stone crystalline substance that the College of Mages uses in order to control the various different types of magics that get cast and thrown around within their schools, as well as also using it to subdue or what's the word? Imprison those of magical nature who should be imprisoned, that the College of Mages deems should be in prison.
So what I store my demon in, right?
No.
That's not black crystal?
No, it's not black crystal.
That's why you said in the past. Okay.
You also you will also know from this, Defy, that just roll me a history check. Just roll me a history check for me.
Histoire.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, that's fine.
These are the things I'm good at.
Yeah, these are the things you're good at. Absolutely. And there's a reason why you're good at this, is because this dagger hails from the time that when the Union of Altion, the College of Mages, went to war. What you know as the folly of the misguided, and what the Union calls the calamity. This is a weapon that was created during this time in order to try and assassinate mages, and was made by the Union in order to be able to do so. It was often plunged into the backs of mages, either while they were casting or in their sleep, in order to try and prevent any magic use and also to kill them outright.
All right. Think you got that. All right.
Would you tell so?
So, this is what is known as a dagger of night, because it looks like the night. Basically, what it does, whenever it hurts someone or wounds someone, it reduces their vitality by a fair amount. And should someone be knocked down from it, then they will instantly die. It's pretty old. It was made during the Calamity, when the Union of Altior and the College of Mages, shitbag organization 1 versus shitbag organization 2, went to war, and it was made by the Union to assassinate wizards or mages or any magic users, preferably while casting or they were sleeping, because that gives them the biggest chance to insta-jib them.
I'll also just add in there the fight that took place was around 2,000 years ago.
All right, it was about 2002 years ago.
2002. Wow.
I actually have a precise year for you guys if you actually want to know, but
That's cool.
One second, and I'll just turn around from the group and I go, "Guy, you knew about this thing? Like, this was around in the fight, the one you showed me.
what?
Gave me like a big old headache.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What?
You weren't. The fucking dagger that Sykes has been using.
Look, I don't live in your head. I live here in this stone. I don't want to pay attention to you all the time.
What do you do when you're not? You know what? I don't care. Okay, goodbye. I turn back around. So Kai knows nothing.
Good. So yeah, that's about all I can tell you. Have it back, and I just leave it on the ground and just go.
All right. Well, it doesn't say it sucks your soul out through your nose, so.
You just leave it on the ground and just step back from it and wait for Sykes to pick it up.
Pick it up, yeah.
Splash holy water on it.
That's still kind of a scary dagger, but yeah, maybe not harmful to the user at least.
Well, I mean,
maybe
when
not.
I first tried identifying it, I felt something as I was accidentally holding the dagger, so I try not to hold the blade part anymore. So.
What do you mean you felt something?
The first time I looked into it, we were staying at the when we were staying at the song and dance. I didn't really get any sleep that night when we came back because I was looking at the dagger that night.
The whole night.
I just wanted to see. Well, not the whole night, but I just wanted to see what it did. And that's
you
kind of
felt
what
something.
I got. Well, no, it just felt like it was sucking out. Like my stamina was draining. Like Tafari said, yeah. So I let it go, and then so now I don't touch the blade anymore. I just hold the handle and stab things with it.
So you found a dagger which you knew it was draining your vitality, slowly killing you, and you thought it was a really good idea to keep handling the part which is actually draining your life force.
It doesn't do it when I'm holding it by the handle.
Sykes, but God.
Yeah, he is.
Scored a new level of idiotness.
No, it's the dagger itself is the blade. I don't touch the blade anymore. The blade was what was doing it. Now I'm just holding it by the handle, which
and after how many accelerations into spooky ghostness did you conceive this brilliant idea? When did a stroke of genius hit you, Mr. Sykes?
The first time I identified it.
All right, and at that point you didn't think, I have one magic user, two magic user.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack
half a magic user. You know, I'm not gonna ask, hey guys.
You guys are helping me find my
Found this
family. Why would I want to
really-
kill you?
No, let me finish, young man. You didn't think of the idea, no? Guys, I found this really weird dagger here, Seems to be draining life force. Pretty spooky, I'm actually kind of scared of it. Maybe you guys can help me.
I turn to Farrell and I go, it's so nice when it's not happening to me.
It will be your turn next, young lady.
I mean,
Sit down.
I mean, now that I know it might be turning me into a ghost, now I'm kind of afraid of it. But it
Yes.
really,
The second undeadness walks in the room. You think,
What?
maybe I need some help. Maybe.
Did you even identify anything that says it turns me into a ghost?
I just did. I said there's a chance. There is necromantic magic involved, and I don't
You're
know
gonna be
about.
Dave.
You did that.
I don't know about necromantic experiences in the country you're from, but here we generally have a fairly negative opinion of necromancers, mostly due to them working with undead.
Yeah, I don't
skeletons,
like ghost
zombies,
magic.
ghosts.
Those freak me out.
Yeah, well, also talking stones, so you're not
Okay,
exactly a
fine.
great judge
I'll leave it
of,
up to you guys. What do you want me to do with the dagger?
Well, don't touch the blade. It's a
Right.
great start.
I've been
Hide
doing
it,
that the
keep
whole
it
time,
secret,
except
keep
for
it
the first
safe.
time.
toss it into a volcano,
Fucking hell, Jeff, really?
find some eagles to fly you there.
It's Hoodor.
I mean, wouldn't the eagles be spotted right away?
Nah, depends on if they have flying spooky ghosts.
Hmm.
Flying spooky ghost eagles.
Anti-eagle defenses.
While you were having
But-
this discussion, carry on. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, no, you go on.
While you were having discussion and kind of laying into Sykes a bit, and me as a GM, I'm
Yeah.
loving it because then it's not directed at me because you get directed at me. For now. But while you were having this discussion, the poor Sykes is kind of getting bullied a little bit here by Tifari. Elyria approaches. And at a moment where at a slightly quiet moment where she gets a chance to step in and says, guys, I've just been contacted.
Elyria, if you were a ghost, what color would you be?
Huh? What?
So far, he did something.
What? Why?
That just completely
why?
caught me off guard.
I'm not surprised with this. It's like I was kind of expecting this. What? Why? Why do you want to know?
Safari's saying I'm turning into a ghost.
Right.
Slowly.
Okay. Well, yeah, you kind of are.
So you've been contacted?
Oh, right. Yeah. No, sorry.
Safari. So.
Yeah. So, Sykes,
Yeah.
do you remember that guy that we spoke to in fall who gave me some information?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just contacted me.
Wow.
Well,
Really?
yeah, he just contacted me in my head. He wants me to go to. He says he's calling in that favor that I granted him. And he wants me to go to Tramin.
Tramin. I look on the map, see where Tramin is. I'm like, that's really far away from where we are.
Yeah, I've tried to negotiate getting us some more time. But,
What did he specifically say?
well, he said to get to Tramin within 5 days and to make
5 days.
Yeah, I tried to get him to give us more time, but he did offer transport.
He did.
Yeah, he offered transport, but I didn't think it was a good idea to let him know where we actually were, and he seemed to get a bit annoyed by that. And I think he still assumes
What
that
kind
that we have to be there in 5 days.
What kind of transport was he saying, or did he say anything about it?
No, he didn't. He just said he'd offer transport.
Well, I don't even know if the ship will be ready in 5 days. Like, we're not even probably going to be off the ground then.
Yeah, they said like a couple months, right, or 2 weeks.
They originally
2
said
weeks.
2 weeks. Just roll a quick perception check for me, Sykes. As you glance towards the now hovering ship. So
21. Oh.
with how efficiently and how, because you glance across the ship and you can see the crew and all the engineers basically working on the ship like ants, as it were, constantly building, hammering, sawing, bending, welding, doing all sorts of things to fix the ship. And with the fact that the ship is now upright and floating, that 2-week time period that you were given might not be 2 weeks anymore. It might be slightly shorter.
We'll have to ask the captain how long he thinks now. But So what exactly did he say he wants us to do? And
he said he wants us to head to Tramin and find his contact, and his contact will let him know that we've arrived, and then to help the contact.
what happens if we don't show up?
He didn't say.
Well, I'm presuming they're not going to bake us a birthday cake.
Right.
Yeah, probably not.
Do I know about like the message spell and that people can send messages to people? Okay.
Well, actually,
You would know because
No. You would know. Shania would
because
know.
I asked,
Shania would know.
and also I asked the king to send a message to Clyde, and I think I brought that up to the party at one point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you would know. You would know.
So who are you talking to?
Elyria went to get information about his... Remember when we split off to go get information about Elyria and what she is? When we were in fall? Like, you guys went to go get the cart, and we went back to the mage tower or something?
You're not answering the question. I asked Elyria.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we went to, well, I think it was the College of Mages, and we ended up talking to what was his name?
Manas Patel.
Yeah, that was it, Manas Patel.
Is that someone that you know, Tafari?
I'm thinking. I definitely heard the name before.
Yeah, apparently, to find out what Elyria was, I guess he needed to go into Illyria's mind to kind of read her thoughts a bit or something.
You can roll a history check for me, Tafari, if you want.
I think I had it somewhere in my notes, but yeah.
So I guess the
Histoire.
the exchange for learning that was whatever she has to do now.
Manas Patel was the name that a certain mage with whom you are extremely well acquainted with. That is the name that they introduced themselves to you when you met them in the court of the High King.
Oh, yeah. That fella.
Yep.
I wanted to stab him, but I wasn't allowed.
I've been meaning to stab him for years.
Seems we have a common goal.
Yeah, but the last time you lied about it, so I left it alone.
I bent the truth. Made it funnier.
I don't know if I've ever thought you very funny.
Well, takes a while to get to know me.
Anyway. I think Atlas would want to know about this. I don't know if he wants to travel with us further.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically it is on the way to Brunnerbrawl, or that was the pretty pangolin, right?
No,
That
it's
one's
not.
up north, right?
But that's not where Tramen is.
No, I know, but if from where we are, if we follow the coast, we'll hit Tramen before we get to Brunnerbrawl,
Correct.
True.
which we also have to go to Dalchata for Elyria, which that would also be on the way if we followed the coast.
Yeah, but if we have 5 days to get to Tramen, we don't have
Yeah,
time
that's-
to niddly diddly
We're definitely
about
not getting.
Dalchata. This is not exactly a sunspot vacation.
Yeah, we definitely won't be able to make it to Tramen in 5 days by walking for sure.
Why are we even considering this?
I don't know. It's just something we're talking about. We don't know what happens when.
I've got nothing better to do, so
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with you guys.
Well, there's this guy's lost family, and then that gal's lost memories, and then, you know, we got a couple of things on the list, really.
Mm-hmm.
That
What
is.
did you guys
correct.
have? And I think this would actually be now a good point to break for a break. So, and Thelma's here apparently. So we're gonna break here for about 15 minutes to get to refuel. Allow you guys, as in my players here, to consider what to do. I will obviously have my headphones off so I don't hear it, so I can get surprised by whatever it is he wants to do. And I'll also
Really?
set up for I genuinely will. I'll take them off. And also go and get some water and some juice in order to cope with the temperature that I can feel steadily rising within my ship here. It's getting warm here. So don't go away. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. If you feel uncomfortable, do the thing that makes you feel comfortable again. Stretch, move around, get some water, hydrate, or get
Stop
some food.
looking at Jeff's face. Yeah.
Stop. Well, no, we love Jeff. No, we love Jeff.
Ah.
But we will be back within about 10 to 15 minutes. If you are already comfortable, there'll be some smooth jazz going on in the background. So enjoy that as we take our break.
We'll wing it.
Oh, God's sake.
Always wing it.
Fuck's sake. Jeez, dude. Really? Well,
That time I didn't do it on purpose.
No, no, you
I'm
didn't.
here, chat. Hello.
Hi, Thelma. Welcome in. Let me sort out your camera for a moment, Sean. So
Oh.
you sit comfortably, and I'll sort out your camera. There we go. Anyways, welcome back. Anyways, our 6 heroes are currently they had a bit of a go at Sykes for being Sykes,
Five of it.
pretty much.
Atlas is just at work.
Atlas is at work. Atlas is doing great. Atlas is amazing. He's just having fun. Atlas is having fun. And Elyria has just revealed to the group, with me puppeting her for the time being, about the fact that she was contacted by a certain Manas Patel, which at least the rest of the group, apart from Atlas, have gone into contact in various different ways. So, you guys were going to talk about what you were going to do. What are you doing?
We should talk to the captain.
Yeah, we were gonna ask him how long it was gonna take now instead of the 2 weeks.
You head round the encampment to search for the captain.
While they do that, I'll go find
yeah.
Atlas.
Okay, sure. All right. So the group of you, except for Janai, head off to find Captain Anguri Clawfang. You eventually find Anguri, just overseeing the works on the other side of the ship. And as you approach, he looks up at the Is it all four of you? Sykes, Tefari, Farrell, and Elyria?
Yeah.
Easiest.
Okay. He looks up at the four of you and says, Scarlet Guard? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Scarlet
correct.
Guard.
Guri.
What's can I do for you?
The ship's looking pretty good.
It is. That's all thanks to, and he gestures to the very small gnome that you can see there. The gnome, which is now for the first time for all of you, is this very bushy, black-haired, bushy sideburns, big, thick, blue tinted goggles, in the brown apron and dirty sweat stained clothing. He looks up at the four of you. Hi, yeah, we've been here a bit. Well, we've been busy. Let's put it that way. We've been busy.
Do you need any help? I mean, if we help, it could take. It looks pretty good. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, any help is
could take sooner than 2 weeks.
Thanks to my boys and the crew, we've managed to drop that down to a week.
A week now?
Well, we've dropped it down to a week, but looking by how he's going, couple of days, and she'll at least be flyable.
If
We
help
don't need
out,
it more than flyable, so that's fine.
we help out.
Aye.
Would it be less than that?
Flyable will be the minimum.
That's
As in,
fine.
we'll get her up. We'll get her up, and we'll get her at least above the trees here. Don't expect us to get any higher. If we did that, we might kill the ship entirely.
That's okay.
Well, above the trees is good.
So, aye, that's what he's looking like. And the cat goes, yeah, that's really quite the progress that we have made here. To be honest, I'm really quite worried about the creatures that's around here. They certainly make a lot of noise. But yes, we are hopefully be able to be off in a couple of days. How far are we able to go, Chief? Do you reckon? Chief looks up. Looks up the captain. Looks across at the ship. Looks across the repairs. Looks back at the captain. Well, your best bet is the closest city. Captain looks genuinely concerned about that.
Right, well, if you need stuff mended, Ziggy Stardust, I forgot his name. Well, I can help with that. I'm a wizard, so I can mend things.
At the mention of Ziggy Stardust, they both look at you and go, "Who?"
He's a famous flyer.
If we
He's not local.
helped
Right,
you out,
I thought I hadn't heard the name.
if we helped you out a little bit, now I'm taking a look at the map to see where the closest city would be. Closest city being dialed Chata is what it looks like.
No, the closest
Unless
city
you're
would...
talking about Punjabi.
No, no, those are villages. The closest city would be Vitian, so you would actually be heading back upon yourselves.
Well, technically, if we cross the ocean, the closest city would be Chen.
Do you mention that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't risk this girl crossing waters. The winds around the waters can be pretty hazardous.
Winds are bad over water? Why?
You'll have to ask the captain. The captain says, well, it's to do with the wind patterns, to be honest. The wind is less dense and less well, it is stronger and less dense, and the ship has, well, it will be a rough passage, and in order to get over that sort of those waters, we usually fly higher, and that is not what we can achieve.
That already just went completely over Farrell's head. He's like, this is a boat, right? So if we crash into water, it floats. Even though I don't like being on a boat.
This ship is not
don't like
made for the water.
What if we made it made for the water?
The chief engineer just looks at you and goes, Are you planning to refit the ship?
I mean,
He doesn't know ships.
I don't
If
know
you want to,
ships.
if,
Yeah,
if
But
you're,
if this
probably
guy
take
knows how
longer.
to, we could make it an airborne and a waterborne ship.
no, you're not planning to
And then a
refit the
land
ship for
ship,
water.
too.
No, that's not going to happen. You want to refit the entire ship for water? All right. You see those holes there, and he just points to the front of the ship where you can see a cannon. It's just pointed out. A cannon is directly pointed out from the prow downwards. You got to first fill that one up. And there's another one on the other end of the ship, right? And you know how you got onto the ship at the start, when you first got onto the ship, that big old door that opened up in the side of the ship. Yeah, you got to seal that off. And then you got to also cork everything. I mean, we've made it airproof so that you don't get completely and utterly worn out from wind. But water's a different thing. No, it's not gonna work. Sorry.
Okay.
And if you wanted to refit the ship for water, we're not going to be leaving here in the next 2 months.
What about those small boats that we saw on the top of the ship before?
Oh, you mean the lifeboats?
Are those airboat lifeboats or are those water?
Aye, they work in a pinch. They're mainly designed for getting people off the ship and down to land without killing them. It don't necessarily mean that they're not going to have a few broken bones, but that's what they're designed to do. They're designed to get people off and down to land without killing them.
So they don't fly; they fall with style.
That's a good description, aye.
Here's the thing.
Then
sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
strong-ish. I can help with some things to make it go faster.
All right, can you hold up a beam, or two, or big thick pieces of metal?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Go help your colleague over there. And he points over, and I reckon at this time, Janai, you have found Atlas. And Atlas is basically holding what appears to be parts of a ring underneath the ship, up against the ship, while a sort of a gaggle is the best description of it. A gaggle of gnomes and dwarves are busy hammering to get this metal ring in shape.
Alright.
Also, to clarify, Farrell's not very strong, but he can lift twice his strength. So he's
Thank
good
you.
at carrying, but he's not good at strength-based things.
Sure.
Atlas,
Yes,
how's it going?
it's going fine. I'm helping out.
Where's Hercules? Oh wait, I'm not there yet. Never
You're
mind.
not there.
Imagine Atlas with the ring carrying that massive thing and is like, and Janae coming, hi.
Pretty much. It's a bit more sort of he's sort of holding it rather than holding it up. He's more sort of holding it down, as it were, sort of holding it underneath. And he's sort of hi. Yeah, there is actually that moment of hi. You just sort of lift your hand away from one side in order to wave, and there's this sudden squawk. Basically squawk from the gaggle of gnomes around you. Goes, oh no, don't do that, don't! There, you're dropping it.
No. Sorry. Just got distracted.
A question to the GM.
Yes.
Did they build anything to sleep under up to this point? Or
Yeah,
is
you
everyone
can-
just sleeping in the...
No, you can actually see that there are a few what appear to be sort of makeshift lean-tos formed of branches and leaves dotted around the place. You can also see a few makeshift tents that have been made using scraps of sailcloth and spar that have been broken off from the collapse.
Reminiscent of what we've seen earlier. Lean-to, another word I learned from Zoo Tycoon. So
I've made several as a Boy Scout.
Really? Anyway. Get seriously sidetracked there.
Sorry.
You did.
Atlas, I was thinking maybe we can all chip in and build something we can sleep under for tonight. I would love to keep watch, but I wouldn't mind some shut-eye.
I can help out with that later. I mean, I've built up my tent.
Oh, you have a tent.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But if you need some help later, then
Yeah,
then
do
I
you
can
need any
out.
help now?
Well, this is going, but I bet there's other jobs. You gotta ask the chief right there.
I look over to the chief.
You lift your hand off to point away to the chief, and there's another sort of yelp from the crowd group around you. And so yeah, Shania, you look over and you can see that the rest of your crew, your friends, are gathered around what appears to be a small table where the captain is, and then this really tiny gnome individual with big bushy brown hair and big bushy sideburns, and the beautiful cyan coloured goggles.
I'll join them.
Sure. Right, you head over.
Alright, what he's doing?
Well,
Yeah.
well, what he's doing that needs to be finished off. He points literally directly back from the way you came towards Atlas, towards the ring that seems to be there. That needs finishing off, needs tying back in. That hole needs to be repaired, and you look over to the side, and there's just this giant gaping gash where the sea turtle just bit into the ship. That hole needs to be repaired. Those spars up there need to be re-amended. That, and he just starts listing off.
Whoa. Do you need more wood?
Gorbert! Oh, fuck. Hey, Jim, go get Gorbert for us, please. And this tiny girl, yes, sir, yes, chief. This tiny little gnome just goes skittering off the other side. Very shortly, the dwarf that Atlas previously met with grey hair sort of falling, and it's almost like a V, an upside down V from the back of his head. This big bushy grey beard with his massive bald patch from the front of his head backwards. Wearing these very scruffed up clothing, comes sort of trudging round the sides of the ship. What is it, chief? How much wood we got? For what? Yeah, for the ship, you dumbass. Oh, what do you need it for? Come here. She just calls him over and says, there's this sort of slightly one way. You get the impression that Gorbad isn't the brightest button in the basket, but he knows his carpentry. So when the chief engineer starts listing off what needs to be done, you can see Gorbad sort of thinking really hard, and goes, "No, we'll need more wood if you want to do all that. We'll need more wood, I think." Yeah.
Jungle wood, okay.
Are you offering?
I got these, and I hold up 2 axes I haven't used the whole game.
Sure. I mean, they're not really wood chopping axes, but they'll function. Any old wood, to be honest.
If you've got spare axes, I can work too.
We've got some of those. Look for big trees. You want big trees. You don't want small shit. Small shit just basically falls apart as soon as you try to work with it. Big trees.
And I put my arm around Tafari's like, let's put you to some good work.
How does Tafari respond to that?
Tafari is only here for the mending.
Okay. All right. So you offer your skills in mending?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, magic boy, I'll ask Phil, gee.
The chief engineers. Look, I'm not a wizard, but I'm familiar with that spell. I've got some things that you can definitely help with for the starters, but are you planning to help mend all of the ship?
Well, whatever's needed to leave earlier. Sooner.
Well, sorry, I was doing the wrong voice there. You can try and go and talk. Go and talk to Supal over there. And he points to another gnome who's got this really short blonde hair. Go talk to him. See what he can do about connecting up the pipes that go underneath. I hope you don't mind getting your fancy silks dirty.
Well.
Well, if you want to help, you're going to
know.
get them dirty.
All right, then I'll wear my bathing suit. Do you have a changing room?
Oh my god.
Safari Whippets.
You
Why
know,
wait?
he looks at both the captain and the chief look at you. They look around the jungle. You're in it.
Well, sir, this hardly gives any privacy. There are laws against this, public nudity and all that. I don't know how they do it in your country, but
The captain sort of steps in. Well, sir, I think that judging by your cloth and tailoring, you are from this country as well. And yes, we do.
yeah,
have
but
the
from
fire-
the more civilized part. Apparently.
The jungle is also a very good place for you if you decide to have privacy. I don't know how secure it will be for you though, but you can always just head further into the brush.
I'll give it a try.
Just don't get a wood tick on your penis.
Has that ever happened to you, though?
Yeah, are you speaking from personal experience here?
I prefer not to say, but maybe.
That Farrell, or is that now? I have to ask now, Shaw. Is that Farrell talking, or is that Shaw talking?
Maybe a little bit of column A and like a little bit of column B.
All right, you head out into the. Jeez. Tafari,
They're pretty bad here. I'll say that.
I'm sure they are actually. But you head out some ways into the jungle to get a little bit more privacy, Tafari. Describe, Tafari, what is your bathing suit? Please don't tell me exactly it's what I'm thinking.
Well, it is most likely exactly what you're
We've seen it
thinking.
before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it green? And speaks with a.
No, it's one of those old school blue white stripes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
one
is
one piece. Yeah.
that is absolutely not what I was thinking, and I'm quite glad
You
it's
were
not.
also
what I was
thinking Borat.
Speedo.
Yeah.
I was
Mankini.
Edward was making
No, I was thinking his birthday suit. So there we go.
Oh.
No, I'm not a savage, Ed.
That's me.
Sorry, Jeff. Is that Tafari saying that, or is that Jeff
They
saying
all
that?
see each other.
100% both.
100% both. Cool. Actually, that's fair. That's actually fair. All right. So you get changed. You get changed into your bathing suit to drag your clothing back with you, and begin helping with the mending. I will basically montage this now for a little bit. Is there anything in particular that you guys want to achieve or do or talk about in these next few days while you are helping with the repairs on the ship?
I think we mainly need to decide the direction we're headed.
I hope somebody's gonna inform me.
Yeah, I want to talk to Atlas
Oh,
about
yeah.
what's been going on. I want to make it sound less freakishly weird as possible.
That's a challenge.
I mean, I think he's kind of used to freakishly weird when it involves us at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, and yet I still try.
Yeah, yeah.
That Atlas is probably while we're making a shelter later also. Want to talk to the group. Yep.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
The day drags on. The evening comes around, and you all start to with Atlas's help, make a shelter for the five of you. And
Atlas, do you want a separate shelter, or do you want to hang out with us?
Yeah, I can move my tent over here. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have it for on the road. It just takes a few minutes.
Well, it's
Well-
easier because I'll give us some protection against scary things.
And Sykes makes a really good campfire. We're out of marshmallows, but
Can he
I just-
make a good campfire, or do we turn him into a really good campfire?
I could make either a real one or a magical one. But I'm gonna go find the captain really quick. I want to ask him about those orange eye, red eye things you said he was seeing in there. I want to
Sure.
just ask him if they fought him, they'll see how big they are.
Sure.
I might be able to help to find where they might actually be.
Yeah, no worries. You find the captain, and you start talking about these red-eyed owl-like. Sorry, red owl started talking to me just then. And I was like, oh, owls. You find the captain, and you start talking about the red-eyed cat-like creatures. Yeah, the creatures themselves, when we fought them off, they kind of just disappeared into the mist, or it just sort of discorporated.
This place, Steven?
Okay. How big were they?
About the size of you could almost ride them. They were that big.
They were pretty large then. Okay. Do you have anything to write on, draw on?
Yeah, no, of course. And he just pulls out a small piece of scrap parchment and starts. Do you want to draw or shall I draw?
I will both draw because I think I might know what these things are, and we can compare.
Okay, sure.
I'll try to draw something too.
What are you?
I'm gonna be trying to draw a displacer piece.
Okay, all right. Just roll a performance check for me.
Yeah. Haha, natural 20
Jeez.
for
Natural
21.
20 with a 21. Very nice.
Ooh.
You're pretty. Drawing's not really your thing, but this time,
Yeah.
poof, you make a beautiful drawing, displace a piece and everything
hunter-
you could. Yeah,
My
your
hunter instinct kicked in and I draw.
your hunter
left
instincts kick absolutely the fuck in, and
You
you
drew the
make
picture
an
that's in the
amazing.
monster manual.
my-
Pretty much, you basically just draw the picture in the monster manual, and that is what you show to the captain. The captain looks across at it and says, "No, that's not what they look like. Are you an artist?"
No, it just got lucky. What were you looking at?
Sort of like this, and he turns around the page that he's drawn. Let me just have a quick look to see how good it is. It's not bad actually. It's not bad. You can definitely see the passing semblance of what looks like a dog or a cat, maybe. It is pretty much about the size of what you drew. This very, very large creature, except it doesn't have the long sort of whipping tentacle-like tails that yours has. This looks, for the interpretation, it looks like it's made of smoke.
What? Okay. Can I take this for reference if I see him again?
Yes, feel free.
Okay, I'll take it. And I will go back to the. Thanks again, and I will go back to the camp where the rest of them are.
All right. Okay. Sykes comes back.
All right, I managed to find out. We haven't found out what it is, but have any of you? Well, probably none of us that aren't from here, but Atlas or Tafari, have you seen? And maybe Elyria, since I guess you're technically from here too. Have you seen anything like this before?
Would I have
Roll
seen
a
anything
nature
like
check,
that?
please.
Okay.
Boo. Hey, I got a +4 in it. It's probably gonna be shit. Woo! Oh.
23.
23. So, Atlas? Yeah, not a clue. Not a clue. Don't know what these are. Elyria? Looks like a displacer beast, like you fought before. Tefari? This is not a displacer beast. Oh, this is one of those fabled beings. It's sometimes referred to as the Hunter, and it is essentially a massive smoke wreath or smoke-like mastiff with these horrible burning red eyes that will appear. That can only be summoned, and once commanded, hunts down the thing for which it has been summoned to hunt down, and will pursue that hunt to the bitter end, either by its own death or the thing that it is hunting dies. It is, however, a creature that is believed to be a fable. Sort of one of those ghost stories that parents might read to their children, saying, "Don't," in order to make them go to bed and behave themselves.
Beware the hunter.
Beware the hunter, otherwise, you have to do good, otherwise the hunter will come and get you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
Terrible
tell
parents.
great parenting here. 10 out of 10. I'll tell everyone that. Oh no, wait. Well, it definitely looks like a displacer beast. So you were close, Sykes. You know, just like you are in a lot of things, like good decisions, especially about magical weaponry, which is cursed. But no grudges. We talked it out.
Oh,
But yeah,
Sounds
this
like
is
Elyria
like-
pipes up real quick. I don't think you guys talked it out.
Oh, you missed a bit there.
yeah. Elyria was away for that point for that
yeah.
time.
You have to watch back to Valhalla for it. It was it was that far he came up. But back to my talk. It looks a bit like a displacer beast, but it is different. This is like it's a bit of a legend around here. They call it the Hunter, and it's rumored to be a summonable creature. And it's like a mastiff, giant ass wolf dog. Claws your face and starts munching. It's a bit like an assassin, you know. It's rumored at least to only it stops until its prey is dead, whatever the target is that the one who has summoned it has given it.
Well,
So
apparently-
someone really wants someone really dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, apparently this is what attacked them the other night. And they said there was a bunch of them?
It might have had babies. I don't know.
You said it's a summonable
Clones.
creature, so wouldn't it all...
No, that's rumored. I mean, it's pretty much a creature of legend. You know, like the
Okay.
boogeyman or Santa Claus.
Are they
or,
pretty big? Like 7 feet? 10 feet? How big are they? Usually.
they are about yay high and about fuck off size.
Would that be about like the size of a large category?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be about the size of a large category. Yeah.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna try and see if I can.
One.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm gonna
All
see
right.
if I can try to pinpoint maybe where they are, and I'm gonna go into my minute-long meditation and
You do your ping.
yeah, my monster ping.
Sorry, actually, Janai, I just realised what you were doing. Yeah, there it is. Cut it down. Yes, you go into your ping, and you just sense. You look around, and you sense, and you search for items. You look around the camp. Within your how what's the range on it?
You're always surprised every time I tell you it's 5 miles.
Thank you. I knew it was far. I just needed to have a reminder. 5 miles.
Whoa. I think it's in both above and below too. It's like
Yeah, this base
it's crazy.
You sense the jungle basically just comes alive. There are creatures everywhere. There are many large creatures just sort of roaming the jungle all around you. 5 miles. Yeah, that is actually really genuinely very, very far. Yeah, you would. Is it large creatures?
Yeah, it's large creatures and above, I think.
Large creatures and above. Cool.
Let me
Yeah,
just
there
double check.
are several large creatures within about an hour's walk away. But they appear to be they appear, well, from what you sense from that very, very brief ping, there's a group of creatures to your right. They're further off into the forest. You can sense another group of creatures, also large size. This doesn't tell you what they are, right?
I don't believe so. It just
okay,
says
just sort of gives you a ping, gives you an idea. There's here.
Sense whether there are any large or larger creatures within 5 miles of your current location. This feature reveals how large the creatures may be, their numbers, and their general direction and distance in miles from you.
Yeah. Okay.
If
So
there are multiple
what they
creatures or groups, the creatures within range, you learn the information of each group.
Yeah. So you don't know what they are. You just get the sense that there's a group of large creatures about an hour's walk away from where you are in the forest. There is another group of creatures further off, deeper in. There appears to be this sort of very large creature. I can only say creature because I wanted to say a bull, but no, it's a very large creature much further off in the forest. And then way further on, probably reaching just about the limit of your range, you sense another large creature below ground.
Whoa. Okay. What is the
basically
closest?
This ping basically is the forest just comes alive from you. I mean, I could basically now just improvise. There's a bunch of creatures over here, but you get the sense that this entire forest is just teeming with wildlife, and there are quite a few groups of large creatures within this forest.
Okay,
That's
Sykes is looking
creepy.
Yeah, Sykes is
Entire
looking
forest
for the
lights
ones that
up.
are like closest to the encampment. Like if there's any like right on the forest edge or within the like half a mile.
The closest would be the group of 3 that you sense within about an hour's walk away.
Okay. I think we're good for now.
Hours human walk away though, right?
Yeah.
Like not hours creature walk away.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
correct.
go back
And
to
that's
the
also
group now.
that would also be not through underbrush, so it probably would take a little bit longer to get there.
Okay, so yeah, I'd go back then after kind of taking a little walk around.
Sure.
This place, so many big creatures. It's kind of terrifying. And then I bring up like there's one about 5 miles away that's like super huge underground. But the closest ones that I saw were about an hour away, a group of 3, and that's probably it. I'll probably still keep watch, or we should probably still keep watch tonight just in case, because they could probably, if they come towards us, you know. Do we want to keep watch tonight then, or?
Well, yeah. If these are assassin creatures, they'll keep trying to hunt down whoever.
And also we have lost people already, so
Yeah.
I would prefer to keep that to a minimum.
Safari.
Might sleep
Yes.
on the ship tonight then. like
So
on
you
top.
said these summoned creatures go after folks. Does it specify just a single person, or could it be a group?
Would I know that, Mr. GM?
Uh, from folklore, it's usually just one person.
Well, as far as I know, it's generally just one person, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. It's a creature from folklore, and yeah, there's no real book of information about this creature. It's just I remember it from childhood stories.
But then
Gotcha.
somebody on the ship made an enemy who is now being attacked.
Now that is a safe assumption. Yes.
And what's the worst option?
That it's one of us.
Well,
I think I'm lumbering out of the jungle with like several logs of wood under my arms. Like, that doesn't make any sense. We weren't here.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're summoned, the guy doesn't need to be here.
Yeah.
You guys have made some. You guys have told some weird stories about stuff you've been up to.
But why
Have you
would they
made
attack
any
the crew?
enemies? I don't know. Maybe I think the people who were attacked were just guards, right? Did they tell us that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just said that they lost. I think he just said they lost a couple
Correct.
of men.
it could be a mix of guards, civilians as well. So whoever they made enemies with, well, I do know I got my fair share of enemies as a guard. So
Well, also, it's
Most of
just
my
a
enemies are
story.
usually good, but
Stories
I don't think.
aren't necessarily always true, but they can be, somewhat. So maybe it's just an animal that people made stories about.
That could be, but we don't really have much more to go on right now.
Yeah. Do you think we should take watch in different parts of the camp? So we kind of make a circle?
Does the ship have like crow's nest kind of situation where it's got like a on top of?
You glance across at the ship, and trying to just remember the layout of it a bit.
One of them was damaged,
Yes,
I
it
think.
does. It does actually have a crow's nest,
Okay.
and you can see that the crow's nest is situated on the what would be the main mast, as it were. The main mast. It is the main mast. It would be situated on the main mast itself. But when you glance across at the ship, you can see that quite a lot of the rigging has either been torn or pulled down or pulled off the mast. It's quite surprising the mast is still standing, because rigging is what's there to keep the bloody mast up. But it is still there. But reaching that crow's nest will be a challenge.
Okay.
Although in general, I feel like it's better if we just take a position up where we can have a decent view all around the ship, kind of see what's coming, and then I can hold us in the tiny hut. So at least we will be safe. And I mean, if the creature comes, it might kill a few guards, but I'm willing to sacrifice a few commoners for my own safety.
No, I
Then
think
it'll take
I'd
longer for the
rather
ship to
be
get fixed.
on the front. Tackle this problem head on when it comes.
Yeah.
So I do have a question for all of you. Since I briefly touched on the subject of earlier today when I got message coming through my head with
Right.
a certain person. I want your opinions on it. Because if I leave him be, or well, leave a favor be, consequences happen, and if I do the thing, consequences also happen.
I think
What's
not
the
doing a
message?
thing for a mage would be worse, way worse than doing what he says.
And that's the problem. I'm stuck. I wish I didn't, you know.
Okay, you just wanted to know more about yourself. You didn't know it was gonna turn out to be something like this.
I don't know if mages can hurt you across a long distance. Unless you agreed to be hurted, unless you didn't do part of the deal. Did you?
I could barely remember that far in the past because, well, let's just say I was not in the right mind and I tried to find answers on who I am. That deal was long since gone because I've found memories of my past. Wished I didn't make that favor. All I want is just to get back home. Well, and I'm putting you guys unintentionally in danger because of this, favor.
Okay.
So,
We're
Well,
here for each other, you know.
yeah, I would never leave you to, do something like that by yourself.
Yeah. And you gotta
Can
make it
someone
back to
fill
your
me in what's going on?
oh yeah, let me speak for everyone. Essentially, I got a telepathic message, or it's some magic that gives messages from afar, Atlas. But I owed a favor to a certain mage that some of these folks have unsavory thoughts about them, and I owed him a favor. At the time, I didn't know. I was more or less focused on finding myself, Atlas. So that favor, unfortunately, has been called in, and I'm in a moral dilemma. If I don't do this, well, there could be a number of things he can do. And if I do this, who knows what kind of consequences of that favor being called in and accomplished and all that other shenanigans.
What's the favor?
I have to subjugate the beast. Essentially knocking it out, and then they're going to do to God knows what to it.
I don't think you mentioned that part. I think you just...
Yeah, I briefly touched on the subject before we got distracted by something else, but I have to subjugate a beast.
Did
Not
he
sure
say
what
kind of
beast this.
Oh,
He gave me little
Yeah.
to no info.
I guess that's
All
what
it
we'll find out
is
when
a
we get there.
beast of whatever, and I have to subjugate it.
Oh,
I'm guessing
whatever.
that's why. I'm guessing that's why he wants us to meet with the whoever he wants us to meet with in Traman.
Yeah, in Traman, yeah. So I'm not going to force you guys to come with me. I could do this by myself, probably. You don't have to go with me. You don't necessarily have.
I
Let
mean,
me
well,
finish.
it's something we
Let me
do need to talk
finish.
about.
I know
yeah.
some of you guys have problems with the mage, and it's really up to everyone here. You don't have to come with me. You don't have to help me. I'm essentially finding my own justice. and finding my own way in this world where I am, well, she kind of points to herself. I'm fucked up, and I don't want to be the one to drag you guys into unnecessary danger because of my previous actions. I'm giving you guys a choice. You don't have to think hard. You could just say no and be done with it. You could come with. That's up to you. I'm not forcing you. I'm doing this on my own volition. Because I don't want to forget about that favor and have it come back to bite me. And, you know, and subjugating that beast could do untold of favors.
How do we? I mean, I think that favor is going to be unfulfilled, regardless, though, won't it?
Yeah,
We
because well,
can't get
we're
out
stuck.
of here
Mm-hmm.
unless if there's a way for you to get there faster. But I don't know.
Oh, fuck him
Well-
off with transport, didn't he?
Yeah, he asked for transport, but I didn't reveal the location as much. I was very vague because I didn't trust him either, and I didn't want to again bring untold dangers to everyone here. So
I mean, we've brought you into plenty of dangerous situations.
albeit against my own volition. Like that one time you decide to get us into a politics of a higher nobility, Sykes, when you tried to climb a wall.
I mean, you didn't have to come into the city, but
I did it because, well, you guys
was
are
your
the
own
only
choice.
one. Yeah, essentially, you guys are the only ones that could help me on my journey.
Mhm.
So I could find my own justice.
yeah, and I believe that you can help me find my family.
Yeah, we can do none of that when we go off to God knows where on some stupid errand. Like, not to be a negative person here, but we can't go to Dialchala. And we can't go after Sykes' family. If we like reveal a random location to this guy and then he sends like what, an airship or something, or like a God knows what sort of funky wizard shit he's got.
Yeah, and if
And then
we
we're
do
just
the
gonna
same,
go, yes sir.
and then if we do so on conventional travel, we can't get there regardless. So, like I said, I'm bringing untold danger to you guys.
Yeah, so either we say yes to this guy, reveal a location, and do the thing, and then hope he leaves us alone. Maybe hijack the airship he sends us, eh? Or we ignore the whole man and do our own thing in the jungle.
I mean, neither one is very good.
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I wish I didn't go into the place I did.
But it
Just-
happened, so that's something that we have to live with.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to you and Janae and Tafari, because I know you got a lot of issues with the mage man himself. So I know a sorry cannot take all that back.
Well, you know what they say. My mama used to say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yeah, so
You
Plus, I'm
two
trying-
know this man? Do you know how dangerous this man would be if he doesn't get what he wants?
Even without him getting what he wants, he is incredibly dangerous.
I'm
One
more
of the
scared
most
of-
deadliest men you will ever find.
What he will do if he gets what he wants.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
like,
I mean, I know this is unbelievable to everyone, but I agree with Janae, and we should not give this man any assistance. He is already a vast, corrupt, rotten flesh bag of a man, and he is definitely on my list of people that I want to kill when I start to, or at least I will try and start a revolution here. The only advantage I would want over everything is to know his location so we can kill him before. But for the rest, we should not give him any help.
Well, then that means if we don't give him any help and then he comes to find us, then
Just kill him
that's
when
a
he
good
gets
thing,
here.
right?
He won't come himself. He has his minions for that.
We'll just
He's pretty much, besides his own power, he pretty much has a private army.
army.
The size of which rivals some of the armies of the city-states.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
once again.
It's a hell of a person to rub the wrong way.
yeah, like I said,
Yeah,
I'm bringing.
Imagine the danger if we help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm bringing untold danger because I made one simple mistake that will cost everyone's lives, and I had to live with that judgment from Nyan herself.
Well, no matter what happens, we'll do it together. We'll deal with it together as a team, as a family.
What if we went to Trauma and took out the guys that he's supposed to? Because then they can't tell them that we showed up, and they can't reveal to him that we haven't shown up yet.
I think
just
that
be
might
like-
make him even more mad if we just didn't do it.
You know,
That's also
Sykes,
just
I
murder.
get where your
Oh,
brain
that's-
is going, Sykes, but I think you need to use more of your brain cells a little bit more.
I mean, you
Yeah,
guys are talking about killing this Manus Patel, and then so it's like,
We can't do that now.
right?
I mean, look at you. Look at us. Do you think we can fight that? No,
Obviously,
man.
no.
No.
Well, then what do we do?
Well, we start finding people that are more powerful than us. We I don't know, start a revolution, start finding people in places that can help us get higher up, learn and
So-
grow and develop and spend time thinking and scheming, and we don't just walk into the lion's den and let it bite our head off. Sorry, that was a bit much.
No, that wasn't enough, probably. If anyone wants to hear my opinion about it, then I would say our best bet for now is, always make sure we stick as a group, no one goes out alone, and just, I think the best thing to do now is finish up the minor tasks we have from people around here, to help out, and then we need to win support. And I think the best place to start winning support is in my village, Pretty Pangolin, or whatever it was called. I don't know.
Well,
I
those
just have to ask. Who the fuck
Safari.
are you people, and what the fuck are you trying to do?
Well, I am a minor noble from a town nearby, or a city nearby here called Maharashtra. I was taken captive in a civil war here about 100 years ago. I was tortured, and I was used as an experiment for time magic, or chrono magic as they call it. And currently I am trying two things: find the wizard that did the experiments on me and the mutations. And the other one is trying to start a uprising in this land, because we've not really been. This is just out of character quickly. We've not really been in big cities, right?
With
you've
Vitian.
been
Vichan.
Vitian, Fall, Archwell.
Yeah, but I mean
not really
on the city here, on the island here.
Your
Here
map
it's
is-
only Vitian.
Okay.
Real
so
quick,
I'm gonna-
GM.
Yeah,
Oh well, I was about to say we lost.
I know.
Sure.
I was aware.
Yeah.
I was aware.
We're
Oh,
shuffling.
I'm Feral.
I just
Hi
wanna
guys.
Point this out really quick, Edward, because I was looking at the big world map, you know, where
Mhm.
it like shows the Kingdom of Gnarl in between Fall and Bunnerball.
Yeah.
Vitian and Delinda are switched on that map.
I
Yeah,
am
we
aware.
found out last
I'm,
session.
I'm aware. I'm aware of
Okay.
I'm aware of the things that need to be updated.
Okay. And I thought Bunnerball was where we need to go. I forgot it was Maharashtra. So that's up here. Okay. Never mind.
But Safari. If I could if I could find my family, I'm also a minor noble as well. Well, part of a noble line.
You were enslaved in the same civil war?
No. I was not. If I remember correctly, things were heating up in terms of politics, but I was never around during the Civil War. I was
Before that.
no longer here because, well, a certain empire in a floating city attacked Dial Chata, captured a lot of people, and made me what I am today. I am a failing Atlas. I was not supposed to be here. I'm a slave race that essentially supposed to live and die in their servitude masters. I was never meant to be here. And I'm not sure how many of failings are on ground, because, well, I never
Yeah,
seen
but-
another.
Mm-hmm. And
Things in this world are a lot more or in this country are a lot more complicated than anywhere I've ever seen.
yeah.
Yes,
and
very complicated.
Sykes told me he was looking for his family, and I agreed I can come along. And Sykes, you said, Pharrell, you know each other from way back.
Yeah, me and
How
Farrell.
did you get caught up in this mess?
Well, me and Farrell and Janae are from Fall. We met Tafari in Fall also, or the hegemony of Fall.
Mm.
Same with Elyria. Even though Tafari and Elyria are from here.
Yeah.
So it's Farrell and I met Tafari in the we were in town, right? Like
Yeah.
no, we met Tafari after we met Janae actually.
Yep, you
Correct.
met
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
so
me
we met,
first.
yeah. We met Janae on a boat traveling from I can get that map open.
It was not a good boat.
and you were
ride.
going to us one.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, there's Fall. Okay. There's a lot to load in. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so we were going to Archwall. I kind of live on the edge of a forest called the Gloaming Forest, and Farrell lives inside of the Gloaming Forest. And we went to Gashester to Duchester.
Duchester.
Try that,
Duchester.
yeah. To Archwall, to Penchester, and then we took a boat to Manchester, where we met Janae on the boat. She was actually driving it, like she was working for them. I forgot why she decided to travel with us, but I think she thought our group was more interesting than her job. So she said fuck it and left with us. And then we met actually then we met Tafari in Manchester, I believe, because we went to Palnes.
Yes,
that the-
indeed. You met Tafari in Manchester.
Yeah, because then we went to Palnes and then
And
to
he
Fall.
had a big hyena friend.
A gnoll?
Yeah.
Yeah, his
that's what
name
they're
was
called. Yeah.
his name was Garm.
Oh. Oh. I thought gnomes are, you know, aggressive, but that's my first time hearing a gnoll actually not.
Oh, he was.
He was, but he was also pretty civil.
Yeah, he just ate people.
Huh. Well, Tafari, I am surprised that you managed to live with a gnoll for that long.
Me? Why?
Yeah.
I have nothing against gnolls.
There's actually a
Furry
couple of.
and fuzzy.
I think there was he mentioned there was a couple of clans over there. There were the more aggressive ones. His was kind of like in between the
The
non-aggressive
black
and the
things.
aggressive ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember. Well, not so much on the other two, and potentially a fourth. But
Roll
but
me
first,
a nature check, please, Elyria.
okay.
Oh, for the
You can't just know everything.
You can't just know everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
no,
I shouldn't
sorry.
have asked.
Sorry.
Never
You do not
mind.
know.
Scratch all that. Fuck me, I guess. I shouldn't have asked. Sorry. My fault.
worries.
I got really into it. I'm sorry.
I know. It's fine. It's alright.
He was pretty good at the
That's why
drums.
that's why I'm catching it.
He was a drum
Yeah.
playing Knoll.
Oh,
Yeah.
drums?
Yeah, actually, these are actually. I think I have them.
Oh yeah, you do.
You do.
Or no, I think you took the drums, Farrell, because I took the I got his a lot of the kit stuff. Like I'd had his disguise kit and stuff. So
And if you hold a
Oh,
nut
yeah, I do
right
have the
here,
drums,
and
yeah,
I
'cause
hold
I've
a
played them
nut
before, too.
near Farrell's fur, and like a little squirrel comes screaming out, and he grabs
Yep.
the nut and he goes back.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
Ratatasker.
Yeah, Ratataska's still there somehow.
I think he's made a nest.
In Farrell's
Do you
hair.
want- Do you want to roll a perception check to see if there is?
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll a perception check.
His hair just got too long. It does now looks like the color of the squirrel.
Oh.
Oh.
You don't see anything. But Farrell, you know.
Really?
You know.
I just accidentally tickle you a little bit.
Alright.
So, last, before I turn in for the night, Tafari, if I do find my family, I think they would more than likely help you. Because past events. But I think they are more than willing to offer their services to you. If I could find them.
It's like we're
Well,
going to Delta.
Support is what we need. So
Yeah, it's only if and when we could find them.
So just to be clear, we are not accepting the mage's offer for transport. We are staying here
for now.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it.
for now.
Yeah.
And then something war.
Well, we'll see about that.
something dark.
Are you okay
Well-
with that, Elyria?
As much as I want to repay the debt, but I think I'm paying for wrong debt to a wrong person. So, as much as I'm not liking this one bit and becoming essentially a danger to all of you,
I mean, if he really needs our help, he can always come to us. So he can't just expect us to have the same type of travel he does at hand, you know?
Yeah, he does, because he sent us the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, my being here is technically me breaking a sort of promise. Like, I did a. Well, granted, my tribe was okay with it, but sometimes rules can be broken for good things to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, breaking a promise could be the good thing here.
yeah, so I think I'm not going to do it as much as is make me in pain, but
Well, make sure you get through this.
If you get hurt,
We get hurt.
we'll double it on the mage.
Oh, we've got this cool new dagger I can use against him then. I mean, I've had it for a while, so it's not really new, but.
Alrighty, so with that, you all
We don't-
bed down. Yeah?
Nope.
No?
Before everyone
Okay.
goes to sleep, I take Atlas aside and I sit next to him and I say, "Don't think I didn't notice. Nobody asked you."
Well, I mean, we just met, and you're just talking about a revolution and leaving for for a thingy, a favor to a huge mage who Teferi wants to overthrow.
Yeah. We're a little much.
Yeah. Yeah, and here I was. I just yesterday just talked to Sykes. No, I think it was today still. And he asked me if I wanted to come along and search for his family, and I said yes to that, which is fair enough, right? I think that's a noble kind of thing, or at least the right kind of thing. But I am not sure about joining a revolution.
You didn't answer the question though. Who are you?
Well, you can actually cut it out with the Atlas. I'm Billy Bob. I'm just from a tiny little village and got bored, walked away with the circus when they came through town.
So sorry, this is going to be very hard in my accent. Biddly Bab?
Billy Bob.
Billy!
Yeah, I've got two brothers, Billy and Bob, and I think my parents ran out of inspiration.
Billy Bab!
The BB.
Can I insert check that one? Because
Go
it's
for it.
beautiful and I want it to be true, but I don't know if after Teferi's ghosts are different colors story, I want to believe everything I hear. 15.
Yeah, this is absolutely true.
Okay.
He has two brothers named Billy and Bob. And he does
alright.
Bob.
So do you want me to not call you Adness anymore?
Well, it's my stage name. I think it's a good thing to do in public, but.
And
no,
and
you
if
can-
we're not in
you can
public,
call me-
like now?
You could call me Billy Bob. Yeah, it's a bit silly to call me. Atlas.
I'm not actually laughing. I'm just trying to understand. Okay,
Mhm.
so you ran away.
Basically, yeah.
From what?
Well, village life was kind of boring to me. My parents were not very rich, and like I said, I have two brothers. They were gonna inherit the farm with not much left for me. So, and there's the adventure, of course, of just going with the circus.
But you're not with the circus now.
Yes, along the way. Well, you've seen me play my instruments, right?
I heard you.
Yeah. I met a woman, a lady, and well, we had a great time. But since I'm a human and she was an elf, back where I'm from, that's not okay. And well, I ran out of town basically, and the boss from the circus was not happy that I brought scrutiny and controversy to his circus, so he kicked me out.
I'm sorry. I know about about beautiful elves that play instruments really well. So I understand. I didn't know about the humans and the elves thing. Is that where you come from?
Where I'm come from, it's very kept apart. The humans are seen as, well, workhorses, and the elves are seen as, well, they live longer, they experience more, they get to know more, so they're wiser, all that kind of stuff. They're lords and ladies, yeah.
They're like fancy.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's. I mean, I bet I've not been the only one in the entire kingdom that did something like that, but it's. It's not looked.
At least you did something about it. But you're kind of fancy yourself.
This whole thing, I just. I picked that up at the flea market.
No, I don't mean what you look like. There's not a lot of people who would listen to everything we told you and not run a different way. And not a lot of people who would, after a long day, still help someone build a ship. That's pretty fancy.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, at the circus I've had some practice that does draw a kind of crowd. I've heard weird stories from the people around me for quite a while. Yeah, don't ever ask a clown about their background story. It's gonna be very sad.
Okay, I won't. If I ever meet one, that is. You want to know about where I'm from?
Yeah, we're from the same place as Sykes and Farrell.
Well, same continent, really, but.
Oh, okay.
Well, I traveled around a lot. My father, he's a pirate captain, and I was supposed to travel with him, and I fell in love with a mermaid. And no, I'm shitting with you, sir. I couldn't keep a straight face. No, I'm from a teeny tiny fucking village in the mountains, but I liked it. It was a good place. I came from a family that for generations has served the mage, and my brother disappeared, and they didn't care. But I did.
Their own son?
No, I think Papa cared enough, but he didn't speak. Neither of them spoke of it anymore. It's like it was taboo. Like someone didn't want them to talk of it.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect the master had something to do with it. I don't know, but I was sick and fucking tired. And the more time I'm away from them, the more I realize how bad it was. The way we lived and how we just said yes to everything. How we obeyed without questioning. He's friends with this Patel guy. I think together they're probably up to bad shit, as per usual. And I wanted to go back for a long time. I have to find Philippe first. And Farrell said he would help me. And I haven't told the others, but you just told me your name was Billy Bob, so I feel like I owe you at least that.
Thanks. Yeah, can you tell me a bit more about these mages? Because they
don't have them around here, huh?
Well, I know I don't know mages myself, but I've heard of some powerful ones.
Well, as far as I know, they've been killed a long time ago around here. Teferi is pretty salty about it, and for good reason.
mm,
I think there was a war, and well, things didn't go well, and they think that mages are evil, and I am evil. I can't actually be a tiefling. That's why I was kind of shitty to you before. I'm sorry. I thought you were just another person around here ready to judge me for what I look like.
Not even from around here.
Turns out you're not, and I'm kind of glad about it.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about this place. Like the kingdom's border, but there's a big old mountain range in between. So,
So how'd you get
heard
here?
some stories by one of those, and I point to the airship.
Okay.
Yeah, just
You've
been
traveled far, huh?
traveling. Yeah, it's. Well, I was told I wasn't welcome anymore, and then I wasn't welcome anymore by the circus either. So I guess I just wanted to get as far away as possible. And I've just been working on these ships, and it's been a pretty nice job, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you can always go back to it, but if you want to stick with us, I think you'd be welcome.
Yeah, well, I've been doing this for a little bit now, and while I'm traveling with you, I guess I'll see some actual taverns again if we're on the road, or I do just the exact same thing while we're busy. But it's been getting to be a bit of the same old, same old.
Well, nothing's ever the same with us.
Interesting stories to tell, indeed.
Well, I don't know if we're going to find Sykes' family first, or if we're traveling east or north, or I don't know. But I guess we'll see in the morning.
Yeah. I don't have anywhere specific to be at the moment, so. And well, we're not out of this alive yet either, so let's take care of that. Take care of that
Yeah.
first.
Actually, I think I'm gonna take first watch here. Everybody looks super tired.
Yeah, wake me in the morning when I can actually see.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see at all, huh?
No, not in the
Wait.
dark.
You don't see that owl right there?
She points across and just there, right at the edge. Well, to you and I, that's a big
It's right
fuck off
fucking
owl.
there.
It's right fucking there, and it's also it's a big owl. This is a really, really big owl. It's large with these really, really long feathers that sort of give this really sort of like almost angry look, but the feathers just sort of extend outwards beyond its head. So basically looks like a great owl. Are you, Atlas, like, eh?
I'm just pointing at the wrong thing and like, oh yeah, right, I see it.
No, a little bit, and I steer his arm in the right direction. A little bit there. It's
All right.
massive, and it looks like my dad after he's woken up too early.
Oh well, yeah, no, I didn't have a clue, so I'll keep watch, but probably early in the morning.
Yeah, okay, I will wake somebody else first.
Thanks.
You sleep well.
You too. And thanks for the conversation.
Likewise.
We'll get yourselves ready to have a nice, relaxing evening, or at least a hopefully relaxing night, with Janai taking the first watch and the sounds of the campfires around you. Teferi, you throw up the dome, the Liam hut. You'll bed those of you that wish bed down at night into the hut. The sounds of gentle singing through the camp as the camp also winds down, takes some rest. That's what we're going to call the episode tonight. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
It was pretty
Yay.
chill. Also, like
Nice.
I said before, I am so sorry when I start speaking about Knowles and whatnot. I will keep going. I am
Yeah,
glad
no.
Mr. GM man
Yeah,
decided to.
no, I know. I'm very much aware of it. That's the reason why I stepped in and went, you need to roll for that. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I really love Knowles, man.
It's cool, dude. It's cool, dude. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. I enjoyed
I
that.
was about to lore dump all y'all.
I enjoyed that.
He knows more about fall than we do. No,
Sometimes, as a GM, you just need to shut up.
How much did you do tonight? I don't think you did much.
It was great. Sometimes, as a GM, you just need to shut up and let the players do their
Vacation
thing.
started like an hour
It was
ago.
wonderful.
You were 2 NPCs in an hour as we go.
Oh, you have
Also,
no idea.
Also,
5
real
miles of
quick,
creatures that we spotted.
that conversation about Manus Patel and whatnot, I thought it was going to go in a completely different direction. I thought it was going to be a full-blown argument. But you guys proved me wrong, so I like being proven wrong.
Yeah.
I think, like, if
That's
you
brilliant.
had told this to Janai about a month or 2 ago, she would have been pissed off at you. But now she's
yeah.
just like, yeah, people make stupid decisions. We don't judge.
Yeah, we've all have dealt with that, in this group plenty
Yeah.
of times. So.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like this group is just basically poor decision upon poor decision having to deal with the consequences. Oh god, I want to do memorable moments, but to be honest, for me, I know that for me the memorable moment is just the entire session. I'm just having fun sitting back, occasionally playing an NPC here and there, not having to really think too much. Which is really quite nice for once. It's quite nice just to sit back and let you guys carry on. But we'll do some memorable moments. Let's start with a dude who basically got bullied by Tefari. Sykes.
I got bullied by everyone. Okay. No,
You did get a bit of a dump on you, yeah.
No, my favorite part has to be being I don't use that ping a lot. So when I did, I get to like see every like big creature that's nearby, and when you're like, it's everywhere, and I'm like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, he's like,
Scary.
yeah, dude,
Okay.
you're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, so that was cool.
We'll go clockwise this time instead of anti-clockwise. So Tefari, memorable moment.
Well, probably for me, Tefari going that fari. And just going sensible to everyone, telling everyone to sit down, shut up, listen.
That was
Especially to Janae, and Janae also listening.
yeah, that was fun. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I want to know where that came from.
That was definitely a favorite. Me trying to be a responsible adult in real life as well. Failing so far, I might add.
That's also fair, but no, I want to know where that part of Tefari comes from. That's what I'm curious.
Who
Tefari
knows?
Tefari is this sort of agent of chaos constantly. It does his own thing, and then occasionally this utter "shut up, listen to me. I'm being extremely responsible, and you need to shut up and listen to me now" comes out of him. I want to know what that is. I want to know what that's all about.
Sometimes it's this, and sometimes it's him walking up to a man with a monocle.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a 50-50.
Or blasting a few guards on a ship we got.
Touching a couple of jellyfish-filled skulls.
Sometimes he's great. Sometimes he's asshole. So 50-50 with Tefari. Talking. I was going to say Farrell next. Memorable moment, Farrell.
I know that that Ruben and Lydia might bring this one up too, but I really liked the conversation between those two, like between Atlas and Janai, because it's like, well, we know a bit about her backstory a little bit, but like no one has ever really talked to Atlas about his at all. Like, he's been a part of our party so long, but no one's really asked him anything. So it's nice to hear that.
He's been around for a little while, yeah. Talking of which, Atlas.
Yeah, that part was definitely fun. I also like how it really started as a one-sided rivalry between Atlas and Janae. Might become a more friendly rivalry. We do start every session off basically rolling athletics.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll still do push-ups with you in the morning, man.
I am definitely
Janae
looking
is
forward to that.
very good at making
but
friends.
it was fun to get a bit into my backstory. Like there have been hints here and there and little pieces of questions, not being completely nothing. And I mean, in game, it's also been like 3 days or something that we've known each other. Maybe 4.
It's getting on for a week. Yeah, it's 3 to 4 days. So
yeah.
3 to 4 days.
Not many moments to really sit down and talk.
True, yeah.
But as far as one little moment that was my favorite is when everybody was talking about Revolution and this mage, for me to be able to yell out, "Who the fuck are you people?" That's.
Oh,
Yes.
we got into all sorts of shit.
Yes.
My God.
Going, yeah, full on. Yeah, we're going to have revolution. You're like, who the fuck are you people? What?
What the fuck is going on?
That is genuinely a very fair. That's a fair question. That's genuinely a fair question.
Yeah.
Elyria, memorable moment?
Well, the entire part about Elyria, revealing everything to the table and offering what essentially a little bit of selflessness or whatever you call it, that she doesn't want to bring the danger to the party and she could do her own thing and they don't have to face the consequences because of her once in a lifetime once in a upon what do you call it,
Blue moon.
favor, once in a blue moon favor from the man himself, the one that's hated by all, but and along with that is Janae and Atlas having a little chat down and whatnot, and correct me if I'm wrong, setting aside their differences a little bit, or a lot more, where it's just not full-on hate because, what happened back at the village and whatnot. So...
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens if Manus Patel realizes that you are not going to go through on the deal. We'll have to find out what happens there. And last but not least, Janae, memorable moment if you have one in particular.
On the whole, I like the whole all cards on the table situation. Like everyone had a chance to reintroduce themselves and say, "Listen, this is actually what I'm about. This is where I'm from. This is where I'm going." And I think it's a nice sort of overview. And I think we had a lot of good moments like that today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really nice. Just restating everybody's goal, essentially. Why am I here? What am I doing? Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. As usual, at the end of these sessions, we usually go and raid somebody, and let's see, Captain Robert and Rolf are online, but we're gonna go and raid somebody else. We're gonna go and raid somebody else, and sure, we're gonna go and raid Artifakes. No idea who they are, but they're also playing Dungeons & Dragons, and apparently playing something called Chaotic Questers Season 2. So obviously, also appears to be a homebrew thing as well. Don't know why that didn't work. So yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, I'll start it right now. Of course, as usual, I would normally be back tomorrow with something, and then on Sunday with more D&D. However, unfortunately, due to various things in my diary, that is going to be it for this week. This is the only session this week, but it's Thursday, and I always love Thursday anyway. So that being said, I will be back next week on Thursday, not Friday, but Saturday next week, and then hopefully on Sunday as well. We'll have to see with more D&D, but it being the summer holidays soon, we'll be beginning to wrap up streams for the summer days, for some holidays, because people go on holiday. You know, that's a thing. And I will also want to be going on holiday soon as well. So you know, I will be wrapping up the streams either next week or the week after. But watch this space, and you'll find out very soon. That being said, that's everything. Take care of yourselves, love yourselves, and love each other, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
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 Bye.